is also a curved shape of a French curve, Circle Master. Circle Master is a thin, flat piece of plastic with different size of circles cut in it. It is one kind of a template. Every circle has four black line marks on the circumference along two right angles for adjusting Circle Master on two axes of a circle. Indirectly, these four black lines are work as the reference, drawing sheet or drafting paper. Paper with smooth surface and sufficient grains to produce clean drawing work is desirable. It should be of uniform as well as throughout white possible. They are available either in roll form or cut into a sheets. These are the size of a drawing sheet. Trimmed and untrimmed are available. Drawing pencil or mechanical pencil. Pencils are available in variety of grades from softest to hardest. Main ingredients for pencil are graphite and clay. Hardness and softness of the pencil depend upon the proportion of graphite and clay. Soft pencil produces a dark black lines. Generally, they are used for artwork, grades like B, 2B, 3B, etc. Hard pencil produces thin gray lines. They are used for engineering as well as architecture work, grades like H, 2H, 3H, etc. This is the pencil. Sharp conical point is always preferable for the good accurate drawing. The grades are mentioning on the extreme right corner. This end supposed to be never sharp. Mechanical pencil. It may be either push type or a number of leads are assembled into a one part, removing one by another. We can use such a pencil. Drawing clips. Drawing clips are available in stainless steel and plastic. It holds the drawing paper or sheet on the drawing board. Duster or handkerchief. A piece of clean cloth serves as a duster. Its function is to remove loose graphite, eraser crumbs and drawing instrument. After erasing, some of the crumbs are over the sheet. If you start the work straight away, it will spoil the work. So basically, those eraser crumbs are removed by a handkerchief or duster. As well as you are using the drawing instrument, keep a practice frequently. You clean it by means of a duster before and after use of the instrument. Roll and draw ruler. It's a very handy and easy instrument to draw a parallel lines very quickly and fast. Straight edge of the ruler is kept on a given known line and it is rolled to new required position and draw a parallel line to the prior line is drawn. Stencil. Stencil is a template made of transparent plastic or celluloid in which alphabets and numbers are cut. Generally, stencils is used for a lettering and dimensioning purpose. Scales. Scales are usually made of plastic or boxwood and are either triangular or flat in shape. Scales are instrument used in making technical drawings full size or at a reduction or enlargement size. Types of scales include metric scales, engineer scale, decimal scales, mechanical engineer scale, architecture scales. Types of lines. For engineering drawing, the different type of lines are used to represent the features on the drawing as per IS. Each line has a specific meaning and function. Say, first one is continuous thick line. Its illustrates like this manner. It shows a visible outline of the object or the component. Continuous thin line, it may be served for extension line, leader line, dimension line, construction line, and hatch line. The first three, extension line, leader line, and dimension line, are work as the part of dimensioning element. Construction line and hatch line are useful in case of the chapters like orthographic projection. Continuous thin wavy line, irregular boundary lines, or you can say any short break lines. Short dash medium line, hidden outlines and edges. Generally, the utility of this line and function may come across a chapter of orthographic projection. Long chain thin line, it starts with longer end, ends with the longer end, and in between shorter, larger, shorter, larger. It represents as a center line, locus line, or extreme position of movable parts. Say, in case of a circle, you can draw a center line like this manner: longer, shorter, longer, shorter. It starts with the longer end, it ends with the longer end, and during both the center lines meeting each other with the longer dash. Long chain, thick at ends and thin elsewhere. It shows for cutting plane lines. It may be come across during orthographic projections as well as projection and section of solids. Long chain thick line, surface which are to receive additional treatment. For example, some component require a painting, some component require some additional treatment like some color treatment or some chemical treatment or some special heat treatment. Dimensioning. Dimensioning is a numerical value expressed in appropriate units of measurement and marked on drawing with lines, symbols, and notes. Dimensioning is necessary in order to convey a clear and definite size description of the object. The element of dimensioning are projection line or extension line, dimension line, leader line, arrowhead, and dimension itself. Projection line or extension line. Projection line or extension line are lighter lines used to indicate the extreme of distance measured by dimension line. These lines are drawn at right angles to the feature being dimension. Dimension line. The dimension lines are lighter lines than outline of an object. They are drawn either with full dimension figure placed above line or broken at near the center to allow for the insertion of the dimension figure. Leader line. A leader line is a thin straight line that extends from a dimension figure or knot towards the form to which it applies. One end of the leader ends in arrowhead that touches the outline of the object, and other end it terminates with shoulder of about 3 mm length. Leader lines are never drawn horizontal or vertical to avoid confusion with lines of object, but they are drawn at 30 degree, 45 degree or 60 degree, whichever is convenient. Arrowhead. The dimension line is terminated by two arrowheads that touches the extension line. The width to depth of the base of the arrowhead should be approximately 1/3 of the length of the arrowhead. An arrowhead is drawn freehand with two concave strokes made in direction of the point or may be made in triangular in shape. Say, in concave shape, generally length is 3 times, width is 1 time. A, B, C and D shows how the arrowhead starts and completed. Using a arrowhead, how we are mentioning a dimension. Generally, the text height is preferable 3 mm, which is readable. In first case, arrowhead terminates within the dimension line. In second case, the dimensions are shown inside. In third case, the dimensions are outside. In fourth, dimensions are outside as well as arrowhead is also outside. Elements of dimension. Whatever the lines we are discussing in the first part, they are shown across the figure. Extension line, when you extend beyond the boundary, dimension line, the dimensions are adjoining over to it. The dimension line ends with the arrowhead and leader line. Specifically, features like radius, diameter are shown outside the figure by means of the leader line. Dimension figure. The dimension figure may be placed in the center above dimension line or in the break of dimension line. Depends upon the method of dimensioning. Dimension line may be drawn fully or it gives a breakup, and in a breakup we have to put a dimension figure. All dimensions are mostly given in mm. Lettering. Engineering drawing are always accompanied by size description, instructive specification in form of writing notes, and dimensions and method of doing is called lettering. All dimensions and notes are usually written in freehand and should be legible. That means with respect to shape, space between letters or words, as well as uniform, size or text height, as well as line thickness, and done rapidly. Single stroke lettering. Single stroke means the uniform width of stroke of pencil for the letter. Letters of various size are used in engineering drawing or refers to the height of the letter. Lettering can be done either vertically or inclined 50 degree to the right. The width of the letter are selected suitably and varying from 0.4 times text height to the 4.6 times text height, except for the letters M, W and I. Direction of lettering. Horizontal strokes are drawn from left to right, vertical strokes drawn from top to bottom, and chord strokes are drawn downward. Say this way. If I letter, top to down, A letter, first, second and third, B letter, it's a combination of vertical, horizontal as well as chord. The following letter size is recommended for engineering practice. Depending upon the purpose, you choose your letter height. If you are discussing about the main title of the drawing, preferably a readable text height of 8, 10 and 12 mm. Notes, subtitle, heading, you can use 5 and 6 mm text height. For dimensioning, marking, you are using 3 and 4 mm. Dimensions are of two kinds. First, size, and second, location. Size, name itself suggests, which describe the size of the features, say height, width, thickness, diameter, etc. Location, which specifies the features, say for example, distance between a center line of hole. Size and location for multiple dimensions. Some component given in a drawing, it has 4 number of holes, diameter 0.375 mm. So instead of give a labeling and dimensioning all the 4, only show for one, multiply by 4, it gives a multiple dimension. Method of dimensioning, align system. All the dimension figures are so placed that they may be read from the bottom or from the right hand side of the drawing sheet. All the dimension figure should be placed at right angle to and above the dimension line. Unidirectional system. All dimension figures are so placed that they may read from the bottom edge of the drawing sheet. In this system, there is no restriction about the direction of dimension lines. This system is advantageous on larger drawings where it is inconvenient to read dimension from the right hand of the side. Chain dimensioning. Dimensioning from feature to feature is known as chain dimensioning. It is commonly used and easy to recognize. Parallel dimensioning. Dimension lines are drawn from one common datum features. Say, this is the align system. Dimensions are read from the bottom of the sheet as well as from the right corner of the sheet. All the dimensions